I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes?
Because if a man is actually desirable, why would he need to come to a speed dating event?
They don't really do that until they have to do that, which means that they're divorced twice, got 7 kids, and ugly, and fat, and overweight, and in their 50s. Because that's who was at my speed dating event.
Okay, so my last video got like over 600 comments, and they kind of basically sounded all like this. When I asked where are the men, they basically said they're at home, they're at work, or
Hey guys, it's Blahzaye and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how women are getting absolutely ratioed at these speed dating events. It's so crazy out there. Men are not showing up and they just probably don't want to be paraded around, but make sure to stick around so you can get realistic perspectives of why these men are probably not showing up, or if these men are even the ones that you want to be at the speed dating events in the first place. If you like the video, please hit it down below. Make sure to comment because I will be reading the comments. And if you want to see me again in a later video, just subscribe so we can see each other and then have these fun conversations. Let's get into it.
Okay, so I recently went to a singles event and it was 90% women. And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes? I don't know, but they're not there. And that's cool, not like I care.
So you mean like you have these girls showing up to dating events and, you know, obviously very pretty, and they're not going to be finding the dudes that they're wanting. The dudes are just not showing up. They're kind of tired of being rejected over and over and over again. And they don't want to be sitting there being entertaining monkeys, you know, for all of these women, especially if there's 90% women showing up to these events. You're not going to want to be like a couple of dudes sitting around and like, well, trying to entertain it and feel all weird because now you're in the position of authority and you're sitting there picking women. I mean, granted, it might feel a little bit better because it's definitely a different type of world when you're going to these dating events and then these women are very serious about hooking up. That's the only reason that they're starting to show up now, right? Is because the women are starting to feel that pressure. Like, well, shit, I need to be finding me a man now. The wall is starting to creep up just a little bit, and maybe that's why they're starting to participate, or they're just taking the dating world a little bit more serious. But here's the main problem. It's like a lot of the dudes that are taking like this dating world serious are probably not going to be the dudes that you want to be there, because the guys that do have to go to these events are most likely not the guys with the perfect qualities that you're going to be aspiring to be connected with. Let's check down the comments below. And this guy said, what, no bears? We are not getting away from this, the bears versus men in the woods conversation at all, guys. Didn't I just see this video, but it's different? I'm interested. I'm very much single. Dude, like this Clinton guy, you're not going to be going for this one though. I don't know about that. She's probably, her DMs are definitely full. So it says, men gave up on dating. Once you're told you're worthless and replaceable long enough, you learn to avoid what tells you that. We only invest in ourselves now, unfortunately. Damn. Most good dudes are found in the most random places and not singles events. We're like Easter eggs. That's a good one. You're close to it, but if you don't notice, you'll miss it. Ah, valid. At home, work, or the gym. Yep, that's pretty much where, I mean, that's where you're gonna find most dudes. The dudes that you want that are most likely focusing on building a career and personal development, they're gonna be at those places, not sitting there trying to date, because they know that dating is probably just gonna take their money and their time, which are the two most valuable things that you have in your life. Anyways, they know that that's just gonna be a drain on their resources, especially if they're in their period of development. And I know a lot of ladies just kind of want to find the dudes that are, you know, at the finish line already, you know, that's somebody that's already built something that they can maybe come into. A lot of the girls these days, unfortunately, just aren't looking to build with that person or take the risk of putting all that time and effort into helping a man build to then be cast away. I do understand the other side of the argument as well, and those are very valid arguments. Let's go to the next video.
Ain't no desirable man going to no speed dating event. I don't know who need to hear that, but before y'all keep wasting y'all money and time going to these speed dating events, don't do it if you expecting men that you would actually want to be there, because they're not. If there are any men there at all, they're definitely not going to be the type of man that you would want. They're going to be undesirable, but they won't be actual top tier, attractive men with things going for themselves. You know why? Because if a man is actually desirable, why would he need to come to a speed dating event? He wouldn't. Desirable men get women constantly, whether it's walking out the house, going to the store, going to the gym, going to school. They don't have a problem in in the woman department. See, y'all having a problem in the men department, which is why you're at a speed dating event. But these men are not having an issue with women when they're desirable. They don't have a problem getting girls. You have a problem getting men. And that's something that you need to work on. But as far as going to these speed dating events and thinking that you're going to meet actual men that you would want, they're not going to be there. You'll be good if you even get any men there at all, even the ones that nobody wants.
Damn, that's so true. But then I know the immediate question is obvious. Okay, well, I've been working on myself. She said like, oh, you need to be working on yourself to find these desirable men. She's like, okay, well, I've been working on myself. You know, my glutes is looking kind of nice. You know, I've been hitting the gym. I'm taking care of my skin. I'm taking care of my body. I'm eating very healthy. I'm going out. I'm trying. I'm going to the speed dating events and I don't see any men there. So what am I supposed to do? Where do I go? And the men aren't, we've done other videos where it's like the men aren't even coming up. Even if we're walking, I'm going out, I'm just grocery shopping, you know, going to church, doing my regular thing. And the men aren't approaching anymore either. This is the world that's just been created through all of these social events that we've endured, like millennials as well as Gen Z or Gen Z men, you know, that the same argument of would you rather be with a man or bear in the woods type of thing. And then just being told that over and over and over again. And then being like told if you're being creepy, men don't want to be seen as being creepy. So we're not going to take the risk and then get rejected over and over again. And then obviously seeing the comparison of the men that actually do get chosen online through social media in comparison is also the thief of joy, obviously. But seeing that comparison and then be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just not ready. You know, I'm going to keep working on myself in the shadows. And then maybe one day I'll come out in the light. Maybe, and then a year later, maybe one day I'll come. Maybe I'll talk to her when I'm ready. You know, the time will come when I'm ready. But then everybody's clock is just ticking and ticking and ticking as time goes by. Let's check these comments. This is how I feel for men on dating app. Let's see. Met my husband on a dating app. Engaged in 10 months. Beautiful wedding 6 months later. He's attractive. Never been married. No kids. Great salary. Been a stay-at-home wife ever since. Each his own. Damn. Did she get lucky? She has like no profile and this seems like really random. What is this name? I don't even want to click it. Prove me wrong. I've never been on a dating app, so what do I even know? That's what I'm saying. You should try Riot. Wait, whoa. Isn't the Riot one the super exclusive? You have to be like a celebrity on there? Or I don't know. Maybe is it different for girls? Throw it down in the comments if you know. Is Riot different for like normal girls? Can normal girls just get on that without having to be verified to be like famous or whatever? The average man isn't going there, let alone top tier ones. I feel the exact same way about women who go to them. Women who really like that don't have issues finding a man. Yeah, that's true. Like if you're super beautiful and you're just walking around, then I'm assuming you're gonna get hit on quite a bit. You're probably annoyed of getting hit on, to be completely honest, and you're ignoring dudes that aren't your type whatsoever. But then we start to see these videos where it's the super pretty ones that are complaining about not finding their type of guy, right? That their type of guy is just not available. And if they are available, they're just messing around. You know, they're wasting your time and stuff like that. They just want to sleep with you. Like, yeah, they have a lot of options and they're probably douchebags. Yeah, that's what happens. I've never heard of anyone getting married from someone they met at a speed dating event. Has that? Nobody? Oh, come on. There has to be some success stories. Otherwise, they wouldn't sell any tickets. Put it down in the comments if you know somebody that actually had a good relationship from a speed dating event. Either just a good relationship or they actually got married. Because you can't just take away all the hope from people. It's like, well, damn, I'm trying everything. I go to the gym. I go to the grocery store. I try to have some type of decent social life, and I don't meet anybody. What the hell? The speed dating event was my only thing because I hate the apps, right? Quality and speed don't align. Valid. That's so valid. I think that's the major takeaway right here. Quality and speed don't align. This can go for like anything in life, to be completely honest with you. On that note, we'll go to the next video.
Can't find men to come to this event. Then I started thinking about it and I was like, I don't know.
First, let me say, you're going to look amazing in that dress, baby. That dress eats down. Unfortunately, though, you correct about men and speed dating. I did one speed dating event. I live in the Washington, D.C. area. And let's just say that the men who are at speed dating events are the men who have to be at speed dating events. So I would just say that kind of take it with a grain of salt. If the marketing team and the event coordinators and planners and stuff, they're really advertising towards men and really marketing to them, then maybe there is a good chance they also might be offering them some discounts. Because $150 is a lot of money. And unfortunately, men don't feel the same pressure or the same like inclination to want to do singles mixers and speed dating events like that to meet a partner. They don't really do that until they have to do that, which means that they're divorced twice, got 7 kids, and ugly, and fat, and overweight, and in their 50s. Damn. Because that's who was at my speed dating event. Also, if you first of all, you paid $150, so your event needs to be real nice. I paid $20 for my ticket, and our host had talking points. So we each had like a little sheet, maybe like 5 questions or something like that, that when we got to a new person, we can kind of like ask them one of those talking point questions to help facilitate conversation. And I'm pretty sure each of us had a different paper. So when you meet a person, those 10 questions between the two of you that you guys can talk about and ask. I think we maybe had 2 or 3 minutes per person. If your event is going to be 50 people, like per like man, 50 men, 50 women, I doubt y'all are going to rotate through all 50 people, because that's a lot. 3 minutes for 50 people? I ain't no mathematician, but that's not a lot of time. So for our event, it was a venue. They had food and drink, and we did like icebreaker type of things. We did group and like team kind of things, so that we were all kind of mixing and mingling.
Hey, to be completely honest, that event doesn't sound too bad. That actually sounds kind of fun. That's just stuff like normal people should just normally be doing. Like if you're just like an adult, just going out and then having fun and that type of deal. Like it's harder. It gets harder and harder and harder as you get older and older and older. And then I've seen it. Well, as I stated before, like in my work area, my average coworker is around like 60 years old. And you see, like, you start to lose friends. It goes by really, really fast after 40 years old. Hell, even after 30, you start to see people just drop off, because that's for a good reason. You know, they're usually starting families or they're having kids, so they don't have time. They have family time. They have other stuff that they need to focus on. So if you're still single between that 30 and 40-year-old range, yeah, it's going to be really freaking hard to go out and try to just have fun. Hey, man, you trying to go out tonight? Like, nah, dude, I got my kid has a game. Like, I have to go to the game, or I have to go to a recital, or my wife, she just wants to chill this weekend, and we don't really want to do anything. We're busy all this week. The kids were a hassle this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, man. And then like you're just a single dude. Like, I don't want to go out by myself, and all your other bros are just chilling, or they're on the game or something. So a lot of dudes are like, why do I need to go out and have fun? That's why. And it's gonna cost me money every minute that I'm out. I'm spending money. I gotta Uber here, get drinks, get food. I'm out. Probably paying interest $150, as she just stated. Hopefully the dudes got discounts, right? I'm just to say, like, the more you do this, the easier it gets, and the more friends that you just need to have. There was a statistic showing that a lot of older men are just super lonely and are outside of social circles anyways. So that's just something older men than themselves just need to work on. We need to work on that, building those key friend groups as we get older, because it will get lonely. It will get lonely, guys. That's just a skill that we have to work on, that women absolutely have. That's why they always say that they're fine being single cat ladies. Like, yeah, we're fine. I have my friend group. Girls are just really good at making those friend groups, especially as they get older. That's like, I'm fine being single, because they already have that relationship thing met for them already, because they create those core friend groups. Anyways, let's get back to our video before I continue on this rant.
And then it was kind of like sandwiched between the speed dating itself, and then we also did some type of little icebreaking. That's not icebreaking at that point. We did some type of little socially type of game thing after that. So it was real cool. Overall, I would give my speed dating experience a 7 out of 10. The host was really good, really well organized. As far as meeting a match, didn't do that. But I did meet some really awesome women, some really cool girlfriends. We exchanged numbers and made plans to hang out afterwards. So I hope that you have a really great time. You're going to look amazing, but I would just like have fun with it. You're going to meet some interesting people for sure. But I wouldn't go into it with a really high expectation of like, oh, I'm going to meet my man. I mean, you can if you want to, but I think that would just be my advice. It's not to.
She's pretty much just saying, like, don't get your hopes up. But as she just stated, guys, what did I just rant about? She got there, she went and actually met girlfriends that she's going to go and hang out and then build relationships with. Dudes would never do that. Like, oh, we'll go out, but like, dude, like, are you like me or something? Like, why are you trying to get my number to hang out later? That's weird. Let's check out the comments. You paid how much? Hey, man, if it's hard out there, you know what I'm saying? Fat, divorced, and or ugly doesn't sit right how you described everyone there. Somebody probably saw this video like, you're the girl from that event. What'd she just call me? That then men y'all want already smashed and had babies. Y'all looking for a fantasy man that ain't real. And if he was, he wouldn't want you. Damn, that was kind of rough. That was kind of rough. Next video. video.
Y'all, where are the men? I love us women, but like I'm tired of going to events and it's like 1,000,001 girls and there's 2 men in the corner. Like, men, y'all don't want to leave your houses no more? What y'all doing? Y'all, we say we over the apps, but y'all sure not outside.
That was a short one. And yeah, men will say they're over the apps. If you're talking about just like efficiency and the ease of use and ease of accessibility, even though majority of men know that they're going to get denied, you know, they just screw it. They'll swipe through everything in the city until they run out of swipes, and then they're asked to pay, you know, a little bit more. But I mean, it's that in itself is cheaper than going out, spending drinks, maybe buying a girl drinks just to get rejected, and you just wasted all that money. You had to get into a bar or whatever, and then you're trying to have a good time, but really you're just having a bad time. And then you're obviously, I know what the guys are thinking. You're thinking like, well, damn, I could just stayed home and game with the bros, you know, and then just been swiping and then trying to talk to girls online. Why would I need to go out and try to entertain and buy girls drinks in person? Now I'm just wasting way more money than literally if I had just stayed home. And they're just done with it with the rejection. They're probably just tired of it anyways. So check out these comments. These men out here choosing peace. Yeah, I know, just like order a pizza and just game. Peace and quiet, and we don't want to be on nobody roster. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Girls do be having a roster. You be named like Applebee's or Chili's or something. Olive Garden. Oh, here I got Olive Garden. Let me just hit him up. Something. You chose the bear. I'm home being sassy. Work, gym, home, repeat. I mean, these guys, yeah, just on your grind. Work, home, or the gym. That's it, guys. That's what hey, that's it. Work, home, and gym. What does it say? We stop doing everything they want and we stay home now and we still get blamed. Next video.
Okay, so my last video got like over 600 comments and they kind of basically sounded all like this. When I asked where are the men, they basically said they're at home, they're at work, or at the gym. A lot of them said they're trying to protect their peace. And I definitely hear that. I guess they expected me to be like, oh my God, how dare you say that? But I could understand it. The reason why I feel like I can understand it is because there is a very big divide amongst men and women right now, especially in our community. I blame the podcast pros and all that good stuff, but stupid.
Stop. Why do you have to blame the podcast? Why can't it be the environment in itself? Why is she trying to shift the blame from how the women have been perceiving men lately in generational context and how the men have been perceiving women? But I wouldn't say that it's because of a direct podcast bros, straw man type of argument. It could just be that more information is available to a broader selection of men, and they're taking in that information and then making those decisions appropriately as they see fit. As you just stated, as the guys are saying that they're just choosing peace. Why is that a negative from podcast bros? I don't understand that type of like how she was trying to shift the blame instead of just, oh, well, men are now thinking that they want more peace. That's what they decided. They don't want to go out. They don't want to be on dating apps. They're not sitting here trying to entertain women for women to just put them on some type of roster so that they can get free meals and then free validation. Like, she can't say that. I just, the shifting blame part, I had to stop the video. Let's continue.
Online hypothetical question. Oh, if I don't spend $200 on a date, it's not a date. Like, shut up. Ultimately, this divide just makes our community a lot weaker. Now you have women saying stuff like, oh, men ain't ish. And I will never say that. You know why I will never say that? Hold up. I won't say that publicly about all men. Anyways, let me focus. But ultimately, I want to end up with a black man on top of that. I want to marry one. So if I have this outlook that y'all all ain't ish, we're going to find one that is of substance.
Smart.
It's really sad because a lot of women I'm also talking to, they're kind of like, yeah, girl, I stay at home. So if we're all staying at home, we're going from work to maybe the gym and mostly just home. Like, it's like, when do we get a chance to socialize and take out dating? Remove dating from the equation, because I still think like women and men should still be in social settings with each other. Yes, even outside of trying to get to date someone or whatever. It just builds a stronger and more diverse community. We get to have conversation and not attack or just talk from the other side, I always blame the decline of third spaces. Like, literally my pinned video is like our lack of third spaces, and it's been really fun building a community group, but I get so frustrated because for every 10 women who signs up for an event, we have like one guy who signs up. And what is crazy is that the men at my events end up having the most fun. I think it's just because I provide low pressure environments like that allow for like genuine connections. Like, we don't club out Issei Collective. Like, we really just be on some chill stuff. I got on a tangent. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, no, we need to figure out how we can socialize better because we're not on the apps. Y'all are not outside. I guess we can go to these like work functions and stuff like that, but like why do I need to go to like 20 different conferences just to like connect with the opposite sex? Anyways, I hope Black men in particular find their peace, but also find joy and happiness in being outside and communicating and talking with women who enjoy their company as well too, because we as a society, we need each other. We both need each other.
No, those are absolutely great points, and especially to what I was talking about earlier, specifically in relation to men and how we need to build better communities, how we need to build better social circles, and then just having more fun, and then actually, creating those relationships that try to last a lifetime, right? It's really important, and it's actually good for your physical health as well as your mental health. Keep you staying alive, keep you active. Let's go down in the comments. The fact that you listened and responded with respect, valid. If you had to pay all your bills, plus the girl you're dealing with bills, have enough money to buy gifts and go dates, and be told you're not a man if you couldn't do it, would you leave your house? You're a rare breed. I appreciate your energy. Yeah, the vibe she's giving off now was like, emotionally aware, married lady vibes. That's like wife vibes. Dating is draining now. It's just so more peaceful to work, hit the gym, chill with the bros at the bar for a game, chill at home on the PS5, valid, and watch movies and shows on the unlocked Fire Stick. As she said, I can agree, but if you want to marry a woman, what does that look like? It means we all might need to leave our house once in a while. The internet is an exaggerated reality, but a reality nonetheless. You could just as easily, like just right here talking with TikTok now. Dude's just on his phone. Like this is a community app. You could definitely, like he could just start talking to her right now and, DM her. It's that easy. It's that easy. We hear you, but for us, it goes back to asking the question of why. What would make it worth it for us to come out of peace? When we ask that, there's no real answers. The girl's like, no, we want you to come out, entertain, and so we can have our selection when we're outside looking tea, body is tea, where everything is giving because we're in our best dress, fully maked up out, hair's looking good, and they just want attention and validation. That's the thing. That's the real trick right there. Is like, do the girls want attention and validation, or are they trying to be serious? If the 5'9" blue collar guy goes out, will he just get rejected once again, or does he need to be 6 foot, 6 figures, and 6 inches? Let's be real about it. Put it down in the comments below if you're a girl. I do have like 30% or 40% girl viewers, so I know there's a lot of girls that watch these videos. Next video.
So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a Fishing for Love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups specifically about hunting, fishing, camping, country life, and all local to my area. I know that my post reached over 12,000 people specific to the age group, the gender, and the interests that I just described. And yet, no man RSVP'd. So let's talk about why men are not RSVPing and attending these singles meet and greets. So I read something that said that men are just more spontaneous. They just want to show up. But I don't think that's true because men have no problem buying their season tickets to a football game a year in advance, being on time for their fantasy football event, being at a 7 a.m. golf tee time. So the issue must be that they're just not interested in attending these singles meet and greets. I also read that men don't really like the pressure of meeting a woman in a formal dating experience, and they prefer meeting a woman naturally, like at a bar or a concert. But like, don't we all? Now remember, I chose an event that men love doing, and I get men here every day at my farm fishing. I chose a fishing event because as an event planner, I know that I have to always have something for men to be doing. Yeah. Men don't enjoy just standing around talking like women do. So that's why I chose fishing as the predominant activity. And yet they still didn't want to come. So I would love to hear from you all as to why you think men don't attend singles events. Because all I hear is them on social media talking about how lonely they are and how they all want to meet a woman. and how much they hate the apps. So what do you think?
Yeah, everybody, we scientifically hate the apps. The apps are literally engineered for men to be spending money, and the girls have, because girls are extremely selective. They'll put your profile up on a TV screen with all their girlfriends around it. Comment down below, girls, if you guys do this. They'll put your profile, they'll put their, their mirror, their phone up to the TV screen, and then go through the guys and have all their girls shit on all you do, and then just like talk the most shit while they're even left or right, left or right. And obviously the majority of dudes get skipped as the girls are all shitting on them. And then if you actually start messaging them, they'll be shitting on you on the TV with their girlfriends. Like, yeah, of course we hate the apps. And then the apps, like, they're designed to like make you spend way more money. Like, girls don't spend money on apps. They have a plethora of options. But the funny thing is that I've seen a couple of videos where the girls say for the dudes that the dudes have so many beautiful women options. Yeah, the 8, 9, and 10 dudes do that are 6 feet. They do. Yeah. Of course they do. We have a bunch of options. Everybody below that, which is the majority of men, average height's like 5'9", they don't, and they get passed, which is bull. Let's go down to the comments. There's 1,200 comments on this video. It's absolutely insane. I'm not gonna pay for an event where a handful of shallow women gather to humiliate me for my preferences and hobbies. I'm content with living by myself in my nice house pace. My nice house, peace and quiet, playing games. You put pace, and that's so true. What she said too. Remember, guys? She was like, "Well, I have to have men doing something." Why is that? That would be. I felt it. I was like, yeah, I'd rather just be like actually actively doing something instead of just like kind of wasting my time standing and talking. And it just feels like kind of like I'm wasting time on it. I don't know. Like if we're out playing like a game or something, that's why I like the other girl, like how her event was planned, where she had to pay $150, where they actually, it's a planned, the lady had like cue cards curated with actual pre-planned questions and stuff. Like you're actually working through a series of organized events, having fun. Like I like that. But if you're just going and like standing around and we go to a table and you're just talking, like I wouldn't like that either. And I can't even like super explain it. It's just like I don't like that. Me personally. Women get rejected. We don't want to feel worthless to go and be rejected again. Not a good feeling when it would be multiple women simultaneously. Not good for egos. And she said women get rejected too. So are women just more resilient? Are women just more resilient than men? Not necessarily. Women hold the power in the relationship from beginning to end. Men pick and choose where to spend energy. That's a good comparison. Men pick and choose where to spend energy. Yeah, think about that one. That one's deeper. That's a pretty deep statement right there. Let's see. I've been rejected by a guy not wanting more after a first date. I had no power in that decision as I wanted another date. I think women handle rejection better because we are understanding and resilient. I don't know. I've seen a lot of women on the TikTok be crashing out after they get rejected. I don't know about that one. We don't want to deal with disappointment. It gets old after a while. Rejection is just redirection, and women have to deal with disappointment as well, and they still wanted to show up. But is that because they're hitting a wall? Men don't hit like a metaphorical wall or like a physical wall. Like in terms of, having kids and baby, after like 30 or 35-year-old, I think it's 35 years old, it's like really high risk pregnancy. So if you're a woman going there is a clock. Like unfortunately, there's definitely a clock, but you could also have surrogates as well. But a lot of women are against that. They want to just do the natural birth or have the baby themselves. So it's definitely something that's in consideration, but there are other options as well. Stay cognizant of that. I guess you ladies didn't get the memo. Here's a girl. So among my single guy friends, it's anonymous. They don't want to be in a situation where they feel they're being compared to other men. Yet I think like the formal dating is just so off. Like it's just not natural. It doesn't like same thing with like when Americans think about arranged marriage. Like when you think about that, you're like, ugh, that sounds terrible, right? Take that same type of comparison and put that to a formal dating experience. That's how I feel the comparison should be like. Let me know in the comments how you feel that comparison should be. As you're doing that, let's move to the next one. This is the last video. We're going to see an actual man giving his, which I kind of did the ratio the same as a speed dating event. We have the man last. Let's get into it.
I saw so many black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up.
I say all of this with the utmost kindness and respect. I applaud efforts to heal the divides, bring together community, and promote love. However, before y'all make these events, do you ask men how they feel about them or how they want them to be set up? I'm not saying these events should cater to men exclusively, of course not. But don't say us women, regardless of race, are working on a solution about dating. Not involve men in how you make that solution and then get frustrated when they don't show up.
The other day, a big account that I follow for Black creatives did like this cute thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in.
Men know their experience and the statistics online. Most of us are getting ignored. I'm a college grad, bilingual, kinda trilingual. I keep in decent shape. I read. I've lived outside of the States for most of my adult life, and I'm still ignored here. So if men are getting ignored and ghosted privately, why would we submit our profiles to have that happen to us publicly? We all spend a lot of time online. Every day, men see viral videos of women bashing men. Specifically, when they go to singles events and come back, they complain about men there, from their fashion to them being too short. I have never seen a positive review from a woman about singles events. With that in mind, do you think men would be excited to pay you to experience that in person? Check for part 2 because I'm going to give some solutions to these organizers, to all organizers, about how to make this better for everyone.
That is so true too. I honestly didn't think about that. Like, yeah, the girls, all we see are the girls complaining about the events. So why would we select ourselves as the ones to go and try to improve it, to improve your quality of events? As other women in these videos have stated before, if the dude's already, quality, he wouldn't be going in the first place. And other women have said that the guys that do go aren't the ones that you want either way. So the only revolving experience that anybody's going to have is negativity from the event, especially if women are already going with a negative mindset. Seeing the other videos that other women are putting out, you're going to go there with a bad attitude and like, oh, well, all the men there are going to be trash anyways. I'm not expecting anything to happen. I'm not expecting to meet, a good man. I don't care. And if you're already going with a negative attitude, that energy is just going to be going through the event in itself. You can spread negative energy. People can feel the vibes. It's real. That's why it's Blahzaye Vibes. But you got to go with a positive mindset, a positive outlook. You got to manifest it. Is that not a big term in our community as well? Let's try to manifest that good energy. Manifest that you're going to meet the man of your life or the woman of your dreams, right? You can manifest that. Well, the women are there, that's for sure, right? Like, but for the men, at least you just got to be a more positive outlook. And that is just in relation to life in itself, right? Just manifesting the best that we can possibly do and then putting out good work and then having that compound as time goes on. If you guys got anything from this video, please throw a like on it. Make sure to comment. I want to see the comments. And if you want to see me again in another video and we can have fun again, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.